The regional war engulfing the Middle East has entered its sixth day. What began as a direct confrontation between Iran, Israel, and the United States has now spiraled, drawing in new fronts and escalating tensions across several nations. The conflict is spreading, and the world is watching closely as the situation evolves by the hour. Our focus today begins in northern Iraq, in the semi-autonomous Kurdistan region. In the early hours, Iranian forces unleashed a series of targeted strikes against what they claim are Kurdish armed groups. Tehran alleges these groups were conspiring with Israel and planning attacks inside Iranian territory. Maps show the epicenter of these strikes around the city of Sulaymaniyah. Local reports confirmed powerful explosions near the Arabat agricultural airport, as well as in the areas of Zarqouz and Sirdosh. These locations are significant. Zarqouz, for instance, is known to host the headquarters of the Kamala Party of Iranian Kurdistan, an exiled opposition group that has long been a thorn in the side of the Iranian government. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps quickly claimed responsibility, stating their missile and drone attacks were a direct response to recent terrorist activities and an act of retaliation for alleged collaboration with their adversaries. This move significantly broadens the battlefield, pulling Iraq more directly into a conflict that is already dangerously widespread. It also highlights the complex web of regional rivalries, where long-standing disputes, like that between Iran and various Kurdish factions, are now being ignited by the larger confrontation. Local Kurdish authorities have condemned the strikes as a violation of Iraqi sovereignty, but their ability to respond is limited, caught between a powerful neighbor and a volatile regional landscape. The implications for the stability of Iraq, a country still recovering from decades of its own conflicts, are profound. This attack serves as a stark reminder that the fallout from the Iran-Israel war will not be contained within their borders. Simultaneously, Iran has initiated its 19th wave of large-scale missile and drone attacks, demonstrating a relentless and coordinated offensive strategy. This latest barrage appears to be the most sophisticated yet, targeting both Israeli territory and United States military assets stationed throughout the Middle East. Animated tracking data illustrates complex flight paths, with projectiles launched from various sites within Iran, all converging on key strategic locations. The targets are diverse. Some missiles were aimed at what Iran describes as critical Israeli military and intelligence infrastructure, continuing their campaign to degrade Israel's defensive capabilities. At the same time, a significant number of drones and missiles were directed at American bases, including those in Iraq and Syria. This dual-front assault is designed to stretch enemy air defense systems to their limits and exert maximum pressure on both Israel and its most powerful ally, the United States. Military analysts note the use of a mix of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and one-way attack drones, a tactic intended to overwhelm and confuse air defense networks. The sheer scale of this wave, the 19th in just 6 days, underscores Iran's commitment to this conflict and their willingness to sustain a high-tempo campaign of attrition, regardless of the international repercussions. In response, both Israel and the United States have mounted a robust and immediate defense. The Israeli Defense Forces have been conducting continuous airstrikes, primarily targeting the missile platforms and launch sites within Iran responsible for the attacks. Using satellite intelligence and real-time surveillance, Israeli warplanes have been striking mobile launchers and fixed positions in an effort to preemptively neutralize threats before they can be deployed. These counterstrikes are a higher-risk, higher-reward strategy, aimed at crippling Iran's offensive capacity at its source. Meanwhile, the United States Central Command, or CENTCOM, has been heavily engaged. American forces have been executing their own operations, focusing on hunting down and destroying mobile missile launchers that pose a direct threat to U.S. personnel and assets in the region. Their efforts are complemented by a multi-layered air defense shield. In the skies over northern Israel, Israeli air defense systems, including the famed Iron Dome and David's Sling, have been working overtime. We have seen footage of multiple interceptions, with Defender missiles lighting up the night sky as they successfully neutralize incoming Iranian drones before they could reach their targets. This coordinated defense showcases the tight military alliance between Israel and the U.S., a partnership that is being tested like never before. Beyond the strategic military chess match, the human cost of this conflict is mounting, with civilians caught in the crossfire. In Iran, the echoes of war are being felt far from the front lines. Powerful explosions have been reported across the capital, Tehran, as well as in several Kurdish majority cities in the west of the country. While some of these blasts are attributed to Israeli counterstrikes, others remain unexplained, adding to a pervasive sense of fear and confusion. The psychological impact is immense. In Tehran, a city of nearly 9 million people, reports indicate that some residents are beginning to evacuate, heading to what they hope are safer areas, away from potential military targets. The streets are filled with an undercurrent of anxiety, as air raid sirens become an increasingly common sound. For the civilian populations in Iran, Iraq, and Israel, life has been upended. The constant threat of missile attacks, the roar of fighter jets overhead, and the uncertainty of what the next hour will bring has created a humanitarian crisis rooted in fear. The normalcy of daily life has been shattered, replaced by a grim reality where survival is the primary concern. In summary, the conflict has now definitively metastasized into a multi-front regional war. Iran is simultaneously engaging Kurdish groups in Iraq while launching massive attacks against Israel and U.S. forces. In return, a coordinated Israeli-American military response is working to degrade Iran's offensive capabilities. All the while, civilians across the region are paying the heaviest price. The situation remains incredibly fluid and volatile, with the potential for further, more dangerous escalation a constant threat. Thank you for watching. For continued coverage, please follow our channel.